Nicholas, and I will be doing I2. Start?
Yes.
I am the darker brother they send me to eat in the kitchen. When company comes, I laugh and I eat well. Tomorrow I'll be at the table, and nobody will dare say to me to eat in the kitchen. And besides, be ashamed. I am to America.
Good morning.
Step closer. We get a little closer.
My name is Nario Jennings, and I will be performing the poem of Coke Bottle Brown by Nikki Grimes. Dumb old Freddie Watson called my friend Coke Bottle Brown. So what if her bifocals are big and thick and round? Pay him no, never mind, Zuri, is what Denitra said. Then hands on hip, she turned away, lifted up her head. Me, Denitra Brown, I've got no time for Freddie's mess. Let him call these silly names, 'cause I could not care less. Can't waste time on some boy who thinks it's funny being mean. Got books to read and hills to climb that Freddie's never seen. Then dumb old Freddie Watson called me two thick legs and spit. I stared him down and balled my fists and said, okay, that's it. But suddenly I thought about the words she just said. I rolled my eyes, I grabbed my books and turned away instead.
My name is Eddie Johnson, and I will be reciting the poem Recess, oh Recess by Darren Sardelli. Recess, oh recess, we love you, you rule. You keep us away from the teachers in school. Your swings are refreshing, your slides are the best. You give us a break from a really hard test. Recess, oh recess, we want you to know you're sweeter than syrup, you're special like snow. You don't assign homework, you make the day fun. You let us play kickball and run in the sun. Recess, oh recess, you're first on our list. We'd be in despair if you didn't exist. We're happy we have you, you're awesome and cool. Recess, oh recess, we love you, you rule.
Hi, my name is Soleil D, and today I'll be presenting If I Were by Eva L. Robinson. If I were a queen, I'd rule a mighty land. If I were a princess, I'd take a prince's hand. If I were a soldier, I'd fight a mighty war. If I were a hero, I'd be the best they ever saw. If I were a dancer, I'd dance with such grace. If I were a runner, I'd win every race. If I was an actress, I'd take part in the play, for I can do anything, no matter what you say.
I have a little frog. His name is Timmy Tim. When I put him in the bathtub so he could swim, but he gobbled all the water, he drank all the soap, and when he tried to talk, he had bubbles in his throat.
My name is London Taylor, and I'm going to be reciting Life Doesn't Frighten Me by Maya Angelou. Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud, big ghost in a cloud. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old Mother Goose, lions on the loose. They don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane. That doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, make them shoo. I make fun, way they run. I won't cry, so they fly. I just smile, they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys fight all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark. No, they don't frighten me at all. That new classroom where boys all pull my hair, kissy little girls with the hair in curls, they don't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I've got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Not at all, not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
I will be reciting Good Ears by Sarah Holbrook. Good ears. My teacher has good ears. She proves it all the time. If A kids fake a sneeze, she knows which sneeze is mine. Her back is turned to the class and writing on the board. She can even hear the silent drop of spitballs on the floor and doesn't even have to turn around or even look at all before she says, "Okay, my friend, you may stand in the hall." I think she has to have microphone somewhere. She's picking up on signals from antennas in her hair.
I'm Liam Nolan Christmas, and I will be presenting The Silliest Teacher in School by Darren Sardelli. Our teacher gave detention to the fountains in the hall. She handed extra homework to the artwork on the wall. We saw her point her finger to the banner and the sign. She said that their behavior was completely out of line. The principal approached her and said, "What is all this fuss? I heard you tried to punish all the tires in the bus. You've made the teachers angry by disrupting all our classes. So if you want to keep your job, you have to wear your glasses."
Hello, my name is Lizette Gonzalez Rodriguez, and the poem I'll be reciting today is The Skiing Incident by Arden Davidson. It's not that I'm a wimp, but yesterday I tried to ski, and I've come to the conclusion now that skiing's just not me. I don't know why it happened, and I don't know what it meant, but it will now on be referred to as the skiing incident. I told my dad it's crazy that the logic's incomplete, relying on those ridiculous shoes to keep me on my feet. He laughed and said, "This isn't some deranged depravity. Don't worry, you'll be fine, son. Just rely on gravity." When I saw the giant mountain, sure, it gave me quite a scare, but that was just the onset. It was all downhill from there. I knew that if I didn't try, I'd be laughed at town. So I rode the ski lift up, but was afraid to come back down. I stood there for an hour, summoning my strongest will, but just couldn't find the courage to go zooming down that hill. Course, I guess it didn't matter, 'cause when I turned to go, I slipped. And the next thing I knew, I was cruising across the snow. I almost hit a tree, and then I almost hit my brother. And of course he had to laugh when I went flying over mother. My face was red and frozen, and my lips were getting chapped. I just knew I'd end up stuck in some snowbank, forever trapped. But that is not what happened. I am so sorry to say, the troubles of my ski trip are still haunting me today. I don't want to be a pain, but someone better call calm, 'cause I'm still going. No one ever told me how to stop.
My name is Pixar Nebamoseno, and my poetry is going to be by Shel Silverstein. "I cannot go to school today," said little pig in Mickey. "I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are big as rocks. I counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be, it's thematic flu. I cough and sneeze, I chew and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke, my belly button's caving in, my back is wrenched, my ankle is sprained, my pants pinch each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb, my neck is stiff, I hardly whisper when I speak. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow is bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear, and I have a hangnail, and my heart is what? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
Hello, my name is Bentley Andrews, and I'm going to be reciting the poem Strangers. Strangers, once we two were strangers, I found you somewhat strange, but when I learned about you, things began to change. We come from different cultures, we speak in different tongue. I come from California, you grew up in Hong Kong. The foods we eat are different, our clothes are different too. We got different religions, I look different than you. Once we two were strangers, we seemed so far apart, but now despite our differences, we're both the same at heart.
Hello, my name is Javius Richards, and I'll be reciting Knoxville, Tennessee. I always like summer best. You can eat fresh corn from Daddy's garden, and okra, and greens, and cabbage, and lots of barbecue, and buttermilk, and homemade ice cream at the church picnic, and listen to gospel music outside at the church homecoming, and go to the mountains with your grandmother, and go barefooted, and be warm all the time, not only when you go to bed and sleep.
Sick by Shel Silverstein. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is. What? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday. Goodbye. I'm going out to play.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm going to recite a poem called My Teacher's Going Crazy by Bridget Hellingsky. My teacher's going crazy, and I have no idea why. I think as I see a pencil zooming by. She's got 11 no-name papers and 20 in her class. Wally lied, and Sammy made his own homework pass. Jimmy brought the computer, Jessie got her hair. Billy screams out Peely, and Maggie just won't share. Tonya tied her shoes together, Alex stuffed in pie. Nancy couldn't hold it, and Annie told a lie. My teacher's going crazy, and I have no idea why.
Jimmy Jet and his TV set. Now I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night, we grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late show, and all the shows between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into his chair. His chin turned into a tuning dial, and antennas out of his hair. His brain turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen. And two knobs saying Vert and Horace grew where his ears had been. And he had grew a plug that looked like a tail, so we plugged in little Jim. So now instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him.
Please Don't Prank Your Parents by Ken Nesbitt. When April Fool's Day comes this year, please follow this advice. You shouldn't prank your parents. Nope, that isn't very nice. To make it easy, here's a list of things you shouldn't do. The bathroom floor is not the place to put your plastic poo. Don't turn the family photos upside down around the house. And never tape the underside of Mom's computer mouse. Don't change the menus on the TV into Gunganese. Don't offer Dad a sandwich with plastic on the cheese. Don't place a piece of tinfoil in their bed beneath the sheet. Don't stick some ketchup packets underneath the toilet seat. You really shouldn't use the salt to fill the sugar bowl. Of course, leave all the batteries in each remote control. Don't set the clocks an hour ahead to make them think they're late. And bubble wrap beneath the bath mat might make them irate. So that's a list of April Fool's Day pranks you shouldn't do, unless you need to get them back for the pranks they played on you.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or does it fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or does it crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. or does it explode?
Good morning. My name is Louis Edward Meeks III, and I'll be telling you The Pig by Ronald Dahl. In England once, there lived a big and wonderfully clever pig. To everybody, it was plain. That pig had a massive brain. He worked out sums inside his head. There was no book he hadn't read. He knew what made an airplane fly. He knew how engines worked and why. He knew all this, but in the end, one question drove him round the bend. He simply couldn't puzzle out what life was really all about. What was the reason for his birth? Why was he placed upon this earth? His giant brain went round and round. Alas, no answer could be found. Till suddenly, one wondrous night, all in a flash, he saw the light. He jumped up like a ballet dancer and yelled, "By gum, I've got the answer. They want my bacon slice by slice to sell at a tremendous price. They want my tender, juicy chops to sell at all the butcher shops. They want my pork to make a roast, and that's the part'll cost the most. They want my sausages and strings. They even want my chitterlings. The butcher's shop, the carving knife, that's the reason for my life." Such thoughts as these are not designed to give a pig great peace of mind. Next morning, in comes Farmer Bland, a pail of pig's will in his hand, and Piggy, with a mighty roar, bashes the farmer to the floor. Now here comes a rather grisly bit, so let's not make too much of it, except you must understand that Piggy did eat Farmer Bland. He ate him up from head to toe, chewing the pieces nice and slow. It took an hour to reach the feet because there was so much to eat. And when he finished, Pig, of course, felt absolutely no remorse. Slowly he scratched his brainy head, and with a little smile, he said, "I had a fairly powerful hunch that he might have me for his lunch. And so, because I feared the worst, I thought I'd better eat him first."
My name is Jaylee Leitner, and I will be reciting New Math by Nikki Grimes. Up till now, the math of my life has been pretty simple. Friends plus family plus sports. What more could I ask for, right? But lately, my outside has been changing, and my inside keeps telling me more is on the way. Trouble is, I am not sure I'm ready.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, you've cut off your hair. Your billowing tresses are no longer there. That mohawk you're sporting is spiky and pink. I'm really not certain just what I should think. I came here expecting to clamber a braid, ascending your tower to come to your aid. Instead, I have suffered the greatest of shocks to find that you've cut off your lovely blonde locks. Prince Charming, Rapunzel replied, "I have no intention of being your bride. We will not get married. We will not elope. I've cut off my hair and I've braided a rope. You came here to visit me once, every day, and promised that soon you would take me away. But you were too clueless to even conceive of cutting my hair off so we could just leave. I cannot believe you were such a big dope. I come and I go as I please with my rope. And so I'm afraid I can't give you my hand in spite of the fabulous wedding you planned." From then on, Rapunzel was known through the land. She toured the world in a rock and roll band. And silly Prince Charming with rocks in his head rode off and got married to Snow White instead.
Breathe by Becky Hemsley. She sat at the back and they said she was shy. She led from the front and they hated her pride. When she shared no ambition, they said it was sad, so she told them her dreams and they said she was mad. They told her they listened, then covered their ears and gave her a hug while they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her to be, best as she could. But one day she asked what was best for herself instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest and stood with the trees. She heard the wind whisper and danced with the leaves. She spoke to the willow, the elm, and the pine, and she told them what she'd been told time after time. She told them she felt she was never enough. She was either too little or far, far too much, too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too weak, too bold or too fierce or too weak, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek. Then she found a small clearing surrounded by firs, and she stopped and she heard what the tree said to her. And she sat there for hours, not wanting to leave, for the forest said nothing, it just let her breathe.
Crocodile's Toothache by Shel Silverstein. Oh, the crocodile went to the dentist and sat down in the chair, and the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth, I have a terrible ache in my tooth." And he opened his jaws so wide, that the dentist, he climbed right inside. And the dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" as he pulled teeth out one by one. And the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so. Please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho, ho, ho. And he said, "I still have 12 to go." Oops, that's the wrong one, I confess. But what's one crocodile's tooth more or less? Then, suddenly, the jaws went snap. And the dentist was gone right off the map. And where he went, only one could guess. To the north, or the south, or the east, or the west. He left no forwarding address. But what's one dentist more or less? Good morning. My name is Clifton DeJournette, and I will be reciting Abraham Lincoln, A Man for All the People, by Myra Livingston. Abe went into politics, called slavery a bite, debated Stephen Douglas with faith that right makes might. Abe was fun and witty. Abe was moody, sad, spoke up for the good things, spoke against the bad. Abe ran for president. He heard his country's call, believing that the people's will should be law for all. Abe moved into the White House. He sought equality. He said, "All persons held as slaves henceforth shall be free."
My name is Katsley Putis, and I will be reciting Falling Asleep in Class. I fell asleep in class today. As I was bored. I laid my head up on my desk, closed my eyes, and snored. I woke up to find a piece of paper sticking to my face. I slobbered on my textbooks, and my hair was disgraced. My clothes were badly rumpled, and my eyes were glazed and red. My binder left a 3-ring indentation in my head. I slept through class, and probably I would have slept some more, except my students woke me as they headed out the door.
Hello, everyone. My name is Xander Wheeler, and I'll be presenting Touching the Sky by Sheree D. Chatry. Comfort me, sweet tomorrow. Help me touch the sky. Like a well-learned bird opens its wings, I too want to fly high. Don't let the darkness of yesterday blind my vision to evolve. Coming out of the bitterness of the past, help me let my flaws absolve. Make me like a rainbow. The colors mingle together, but all of them in show. Help me discover my hidden talents and pull myself together with efforts of gallant. Let me be a beacon of goodness for the people I meet. Help me hear the music of life and follow every beat. Comfort me, sweet tomorrow. Help me touch the sky. Like a well-learned bird opens its wings, I too want to fly high. Thank you.
My name is Kala, and I will be reciting the poem called The Bronze Legacy. To be brown, all brown, like the strongest things that make up this earth, like the mountains grave and grand, even like the very land, even like the trunks of trees, even oaks to be like these. God builds his strength in bronze. To be brown like thrush and lark, like the subtle wren so dark. Nay, the king of beasts wears brown. Eagles are of this same hue. I thank God then I am brown. Brown has mighty things to do.
God gave us fingers. Ma says use your fork. God gave us voices. Ma says don't scream. Ma says eat broccoli, cereal, and carrots, but God gave us tasties for maple ice cream. God gave us fingers. Ma says use your hanky. God gave us puddles. Ma says don't splash. Ma says be quiet, your father is sleeping, but God gave us garbage can covers to crash. God gave us fingers. Ma says put your gloves on. God gave us raindrops. Ma says don't get wet. Ma says be careful and don't get too near those strange, lovely dogs God gave us to pet. God gave us fingers. Ma says go wash them, but God gave us coal bins and nice dirty bodies. And I ain't too smart, but there's one thing for certain. Either Ma's wrong or else God is.
A Weeping Siberian Spruce by Thomas Dukes. I cried too, stranded beside a house older than crucifixion in Wadsworth, Ohio. I lived too long, said Miss Julia before they carried her out, feet first, beside the subservient branches. Children and grandchildren played camouflage and cried inside its arms until they outgrew such mysteries. Brides posed before it, breezes impatient with their dresses. Dogs went underneath to whelp, cats to die. The house will never sell at that price, and the neighbors smirk. The indifferent tree waits, waiting is what it does best.
Today I'm going to be presenting a poem by Maya Angelou called Life Doesn't Frighten Me. Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud, big ghosts in the cloud. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old mother goose, lions on the loose, they don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane, that doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, make them shoo. I make fun, way they run. I won't cry, so they fly. I just smile, and they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys fight all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark. No, they don't frighten me at all. That new classroom where boys all pull my hair, kissy little girls with their hair in curls, they don't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my screams. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I have got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all, not at all, not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
Hi, my name is London Davis, and I'll be presenting This Morning is Our History Test. This morning is our history test. I pinned my notes inside my vest. Inside my coat, I wrote my notes, including dates and famous quotes. I written more upon my hand that only I can understand. And in my socks and sleeves, I swore my scribbled notes in a secret code. I written down so many names of winners of Olympic Games, of building, people, places too, from Tennessee to Timbaloo. I even copied down a piece on ancient Rome and ancient Greece, plus everything from Shakespeare plays to who invented mayonnaise. I came to school so well prepared. I wasn't nervous, I wasn't scared, but here it is, the history test. I look inside my coat and vest to get the dates and famous quotes, but I find I cannot read my notes. So much for Shakespeare, Greece, and Rome. I left my glasses back at home.
She's got a lot of determination. Oh no, I mean no disrespect. Toys as steady as they come.
I want to be the judge to make sure there's no cheating.
Ew.
You're on. The rules are simple. The first one to make it past that tree over there wins. Races to your marks. 3, 2, 1, go! That tortoise, I love that girl. We spent her place line. My toenails can go faster than she can walk. I can take a nap and still be a to the finish line. I hate to embarrass her while running so easy. I think I take a nap to let it catch up. Tortoise wins! She wins! Wait, what? This is a joke. I want a rematch. No rematches here. Hey, why don't we go see Donkey? I have a great story to tell her. And Lion and Donkey. Hey, wait, what? You can't do this to me. Merry Christmas, Mrs. Flanagan. I brought you something.
That's very nice, Andy, but there was no need.
Hi, Miss Cal. Look at the present I brought you.
Well, Aspen.
Here's my present, Miss Flanagan. Boy, it's heavy.
Well, Madden, what a surprise. You really didn't have to. Look at what I have. Boy, are you going to like it. Oh, dear children. Here's a Christmas gift from me, Mrs. Flanagan. It's really neat. My goodness. Wait till you see it. I really spent a lot of money. Children, you are all very kind, but I think we should have a talk about all this. Where's Colton?
He's coming. I don't know what's taking him so long. He doesn't have very good gifts. In fact, I didn't see him carrying anything.
Here he is now.
Sorry I'm late for the meeting, Miss Calla. I stayed after school to finish your Christmas present.
I don't see your present. Look at all the big presents we bought. I can't even see yours.
Mine isn't very big, but I hope you like it. It's a poem.
What a present!
May I see it, Jen? I have no money, so I guess I'm poor. But I have friends, that is for sure. I have no money, so I couldn't buy the things I like, though Christmas is nigh. I have no money, but I don't care, 'cause I have you with whom to share a happy Christmas season. I have no money, so I was sad, but I looked around and I was glad. The things I have are worth a lot. Some kids don't have the things I got. I have my dad, I have my mom, I have my dog, he loves me some, and in my den I've learned to share, not things or money, but love and care. For each of you I wish as much, that you'll each know the work of such, as family, friends, and all the things.
Once upon a time, there was a donkey who lived on a farm. He was getting old, so the farmer told him it was time to retire. The donkey had always dreamed of being a rapper, so he decided to run away to Brementown to try to make it in the music business. He walked along the road for a while, but came upon an old hound dog.
How you doing?
Not so well, not so well. I'm getting tired of living out here in the middle of nowhere.
Want to come along with me? I'm on my way to Brementown to become a rapper.
I'd love to come along.
I have a cool idea. If we're going to become rappers, we should start talking cool and think of cool rapper names. I'll be Donkey MC.
I hear you, my donkey. From now on, you can call me Fun Loving Dog.
The donkey and the dog continued down the road. Only now they were Donkey MC and Fun Loving Dog. They also had new walks. The donkey used to walk in a slow, tired way. Now, Donkey MC galloped like a prize stallion. The old hound dog used to drag his belly on the ground. Now, fun-loving dog walks in a sly way like a fox. Soon, the two friends met up with a maggy old cat with messy fur and drooping whiskers.
How's it going, my fine feline friend?
Yo, cat, can I get a meow?
What is with you two? You're acting weird.
We're on our way to Brementown to become a rapper. Rappers want to come along?
This is your chance to become a cool cat.
That sounds fun. I'm certain I'll enjoy being a farm cat. The farmer says I'm getting too old. I'd love to visit Brementown.
But in order for you to come along with us, you think of a cool rapper name.
From now on, you can call me Kitty. Oh.
The three animals continued down the road. The cat had a new walk too.
Instead of being a scurrying furball, Kiddo started to slink like a tiger. Pretty soon the animals ran into a rooster.
How's it going, my fine feathered friend? Yo, Rooster, can I get a cock-a-doodle-doo? What's up? What's wrong with you guys? You three are acting really, really weird. We're on our way to Birmingham to become a rapper. Want to come along? This is your chance to strut your stuff.
Hey.
That's fun. The farmer says that I'm getting too old to wake him up. He's got a new alarm. I'll show him. But in order for you to come along with us, you need a cool rapper name. Let me think. From now on, you call me the Rooster.
The four animals continued down the road. The rooster also had a new walk. Instead of lecturing awkwardly around the farmyard, the rooster had a strut like a peacock. But it was a long way to Bremen town. Soon night was falling. The animals were growling, tired and hungry. They saw a house in the distance with its lights on. They ran up to the house. They saw robbers sorting through their loot.
Yo, check out them hoodlums. Let me at 'em. I'm hungry. They'll regret the day that they met the Rooster. Hush, I got a plan.
Donkey MC's plan was to make up a rap song. They rapped Wait. They practiced in a whisper so the robbers could not hear them.
Yo, we come from the farm and this cause for alarm. We're the animal crew and we're here to tell you, if you're a robber or a crook, you're just no good in our book. You best run home to your mamas and put on your pajamas.
The robbers were startled by the four animals rapping very loudly. The robbers ran out of the house in a fright. The animals went inside and feasted on the delicious foods and slept in the beds. The next morning, the animals walked into Bremen town. They were surprised to learn that they were heroes. They were surprised to know that they were heroes. The people had to hear how they scared away the robbers. They made a video that played on MTV and various nature channels. They even went on a tour with robots who planned a heavy metal band. The Brementown rappers went on to have 5 #1 songs. Here's one of their biggest hits.
Who let the donkey out? Who let the hound out? Bark, bark, bark. Who let the cat out? Purr. Who let the rooster out? Crow, crow, crow.
Thank you, Mansfield. Let's give them another round of applause. Next, we will have Porterdale Elementary School and their reenactment of Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters. Let's give Porterdale a huge round of applause.
Once upon a time, in a Zimbabwe village, there lived a man named Mufaro.
He had two beautiful daughters, Minyara and Nyasha.
Minyara was often grumpy and would tease her sister when their father wasn't around.
Someday, I will be queen, and I will make you my servant.
I'll be happy to serve you if you are queen. You are beautiful and smart. But why are you so grumpy?
You're everyone's favorite, even father's. I'm tired of hearing how kind you are. When I'm queen, I will be the sister that everyone loves.
Nyasha was sad to hear this, but she tried to ignore it. Nyasha spied a garter snake resting beneath a vine in her garden.
Hello, little Nyoka. I am glad you're here. You will scare away any animal trying to ruin my vegetables.
One day, a messenger from the city came to the village. The king was looking for a wife.
The most beautiful and worthy women were invited to meet the king.
Minyara and Nyasha. I would be very happy if one of you were chosen to be queen. Get ready, you're going to the city.
Father, we would hate to leave you, even to be queen. Nyasha will miss you so much because I'm strong. I will go to the city. Nyasha can stay with you.
Nonsense. The king is looking for the best, and my daughters are the best. He will choose.
Not if I can help it. This forest is dark and scary, but I will be the first to see the king. Hey, watch it.
I'm very hungry. May I please have something to eat?
I don't have enough to share. Now get out of my way. I'm going to be first to see the king.
My dear, let me give you some advice. Up ahead at a crossing, you will see a group of trees that will laugh at you. But beware, do not laugh at them. Later you meet a man holding his head under his arms. Remember your manners and be polite to him.
Excuse me? Don't you know I'm going to be queen? Why should I listen to you? Now get out of my way, old woman. I will not be frightened. Ha, ha, ha. I'm laughing at you.
Minyara hurried on. She was almost at the city. She soon saw a man putting his head under his arm.
Ugh, a future queen should not speak to a man that looks like that.
Meanwhile, back at the village, Nyasha woke up and put on her nicest clothes.
I would rather be here in the village. I miss Dad and little Nyoka.
At that moment, the villagers discovered that Minyara was missing. They called her name, but she didn't respond.
They noticed her footprints on the path that led to the city and decided to meet her there.
Hi, why don't you have my yam? You must be hungry.
Later, as the group came to the crossing, the old woman appeared and pointed the way to the city.
Thank you. Why don't you have some of my sunflower seeds? Wow, Father, look at the city. It's more beautiful than I ever imagined.
Nyasha, stop! Father, don't let Nyasha go. There's a monster in there, a snake with 5 heads. He said he knew all the bad things I've done. He would have swallowed me alive. I had to run. Nyasha, don't go.
Nyasha was scared by Minyara's news, but she left Minyara and her father and went into the room.
Nyoko, my friend, what are you doing here?
I am the king!
Suddenly, the garter snake transformed into the king.
I am the king. I'm also the little boy that you fed.
I'm the old woman with the sunflower seeds, but you know me as Nayoka, and you are the most beautiful and worthy woman in the land. And I would be so happy if you were my wife.
I will.
The king's family welcomed Nyasha, and they all planned for the wedding. Villagers from across the land came to the celebration.
I am the happiest father in the world. I have two beautiful and worthy daughters. I have Nyasha, the queen, and Binyara, one of the queen's servants.
Once upon a time, there's a beautiful girl named Cinderella. She had two good stepsisters who...
Wicked stepsisters? Really? What a lie. Cinderella was the one who was wicked.
And saying Cinderella was beautiful isn't even fair. She got a magical makeover from a fairy godmother.
If you want to know the true story of Cinderella, then listen up.
Because this is what really happened.
It was the day of the Prince Grand Ball, and Cinderella was eating breakfast with her kind stepmother and her lovely two stepsisters, Anastasia and Drusilla.
Cinderella, dear, could you please pass the tea? No, I might chip a nail.
Cinderella, would you help me clean Oliver and Overall's cage this morning?
Are you kidding me, Anastasia? I'm not touching guinea pig poo. You know I can't stand your oversized rodent fluff balls.
Cinderella, I have to weed the pumpkin patch before I get ready for the fancy ball. Would you mind lending a hand after lunch?
No can do, Gisela. The pumpkins clash with my outfit.
No matter how nice Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters tried to be, no matter how reasonable their requests, Cinderella only cared about one thing.
Herself! I haven't been shopping for like almost 24 hours. I don't have anything to wear to the ball.
No, honey, it cannot be that bad. How about your white dress with silver sequins?
I wore that to Ariel's birthday party 3 years ago.
Then what about your pink gown with ruffles and lace?
Are you serious? Ruffles and lace are so totally last week. Don't you have any fashion sense?
Well...
Zap! Zizzle! Blue!
There was a flash of light.
A crackle of noise.
A billowing burst of gray smoke.
A short white-haired woman in a sparkling purple pantsuit appeared in the middle of the dining room table.
Bippity-boppity-boo, what do you need me to do?
Who in the world are you?
Cinderella's fairy godmother, of course. Don't you recognize my wand?
Who cares about your wand? You ruined my breakfast.
The fairy godmother looked down. Sure enough, the pointy-toed one shoe had stabbed through Cinderella's buttered toast.
I'm sorry, dear. My zap, Zizzle Poo makes it hard to see where I'm landing sometimes.
Cinderella rolled her eyes and snatched a slice of toast from Anastasia's plate.
Whatever. Just don't let it happen again. Now get to work. I need a dress.
Whoosh! The fairy godmother waved her wand. A piece of the sky came down. It wove itself around Cinderella and formed a high-waisted pale blue gown.
Do you expect me to go barefoot?
Whoosh! Two thin streams of water flew from the fountain in the courtyard. Crystal clear glass slippers suddenly sparkled like diamonds on Cinderella's dainty feet.
Now how am I going to use the ball? I can't walk in these things.
Bippity-boppity-boo, all this stuff is for you.
Surprise! Within a few magical minutes, Cinderella was ready for the grand ball. However, her stepsisters and stepmother weren't too happy about some of the fairy godmother's decisions.
That was my best pumpkin for the county fair, and you turned it into a coach.
My guinea pigs are giant fuzzy horses.
I don't know where the oval-headed coach with the white helmet came from, but has anybody seen my hard-boiled egg?
Cinderella had nothing left to do. She spent the rest of the day lounging around the house while her stepsisters scrubbed the guinea pig cage, pulled wheat in the pumpkin patch, and did a dozen of other chores.
That evening, Cinderella clung to her pumpkin coat. She didn't offer her exhausted stepsisters a ride.
Zap! Zizzle! Poof!
Within a few magical minutes, Cinderella was ready for the grand ball. Just as the coach, it's
That's not my part. Just as the coach was about to pull away from the house, Cinderella's fairy godmother reappeared like a rabbit from a magician's hat.
Oh, Cinderella dear, sorry to bother you, but I nearly forgot. The magical makeover ends at midnight, so be sure to leave the ball when the clock strikes 12. The guinea pigs start to be a little moody when they turn into horses.
Duh, I know horses can't tell time. I'm not like stupid, you know?
And with that, the coach rattled away, dust billowing up from the road as the guinea horses pounded towards the palace.
As the coach faded from sight, the fairy godmother shook her head and disappeared in a puff of smoke. Cinderella's stepmother turned into Anastasia and Drizella.
Could you girls keep an eye on Cinderella at the ball? I'm not sure she paid attention to the spell as a midnight thing.
Sure, Mom. We can help.
And Cinderella began the long dusty trek to the prince's palace.
Of course you know all about the grand ball. As soon as Cinderella arrived, the prince was smitten and asked her to dance.
They danced together all night long.
Cinderella lost track of time.
Blah, blah, blah.
Bong! Cinderella, it's almost midnight.
Bong!
You need to leave.
Bong!
Quick, before the spell wears off.
Bong!
Cinderella ignored her stepsister's advice.
Leave? Are you kidding? You know this is like my favorite song.
Cinderella continued to waltz around the ballroom. As the clock chimed on,
5 chimes.
6, 7.
By the 8th chime, Cinderella's sky blue gown began to fade.
By the 9th chime, small beads of water began forming from her glass slippers.
And by the 10th chime,
what's going on?
2 angry guinea pigs scrambled up the prince's suit and chomped down on his royal nose like a miniature pair of T-Rexes.
Run, Cinderella, run!
On the 11th chime, Cinderella sprinted from the ballroom. The prince followed after her, tugging a guinea pig from the tip of his nose.
Wait, come back. The palace doesn't usually have rats.
Cinderella kept running.
I'll call the royal exterminator.
As Cinderella stommered down the palace stairs, one of her glass slippers dropped from her foot. She didn't stop.
The prince bent down and picked up the glass slipper, hoping he could use it to find Cinderella.
But
bonk! The clock's 12th and final chime reverberated into the night.
Huh? The glass slipper melted away in the prince's hands and made a puddle on the palace stairs.
The last thing the prince saw was Cinderella running barefoot down the dusty road.
Dashing past a large pumpkin and hard-boiled egg.
2 squealing guinea pigs chased after her.
But at least some